Financial crisis for those who are seeing credit scores plummet due to student loan delinquencies. Today, I read an interesting article on Yahoo Finance, put out by foxbusiness.com and written by Eric Ravel, titled, Student Loan Delinquencies Surge, Sending Credit Scores Plunging for Borrowers. The author of this article referenced the New York Federal Reserve. They found that Americans' credit card debt is falling, but an uptick in student loan delinquencies is causing credit scores to decline. Household debt rose by $167 billion. Credit card debt declined by $29 billion. The delinquency rate for student loans surged from below 1% to nearly 8% following the end of the pause in reporting delinquent student loans. Here are my thoughts. It's great that credit card debt is falling, but I hate to hear about student loan delinquencies causing credit scores to decline. A lot of Americans depend on credit to survive. When their credit scores drop, life can get more expensive. I wish the government didn't keep student loans on pause for as long as they did. I'm sure this helped some responsible people pay down their debt. However, I am sure there were other people who grew comfortable not having that monthly bill, and they went out and bought something new because they could afford the payment. Now, they are in a situation where they can't afford two payments. If they bought something that depreciates, they may not be able to sell it for what they paid, and they can't get out from under that monthly payment. It's a lot easier to buy stuff than it is to sell stuff. It's pretty clear that we aren't going to see blanket student loan forgiveness. This has to be a big disappointment for a lot of people. I'm not sure what some people are going to do. Many are being crushed by debt, and that's not a good situation to be in. I read another interesting story today. This one was on Yahoo Autos, put out by the AutoWire and written by Stephen Symes, titled, Gen Z is most likely to fall victim to car theft. The author referenced a study put out by the Post Office out of the UK. The author said, the societal trends are similar here in the US. The study revealed 18% of those in Gen Z who were surveyed had been victimized by car thieves in the last 5 years. They were the most targeted generation. So you might be wondering why. The explanations provided were that Generation Z is more likely to not take precautions. Only 42% lock their car doors and take valuables out. Only 27% install an alarm or immobilizer in their vehicle. 10% don't take any steps to secure their vehicle against theft. Now here's what is interesting. 74% of baby boomers lock their doors and take valuables out. And 44% use an alarm or immobilizer. Here are my thoughts. With how much cars cost these days, I can't imagine why everyone doesn't lock their car and remove valuables. Car insurance companies don't always give you what the car is worth if it is stolen or totaled by the thieves. Some people never buy gap insurance. They end up having to buy a new car to replace the one that was stolen or totaled by the thieves. And then they have to still make payments on the old car to pay off the balance that remains after getting a check from the insurance company. You know your insurance is also going to go up after a claim like this. So not taking precautions and letting your car get stolen could cost you a lot of money in the long run. I've never had one of my cars stolen, but I'll share a story with you from when I was a kid. We went to a relative's home on Christmas Eve. My grandparents met us there. They had presents for Christmas Day in the trunk and in the back seat of their car. We had dinner and spent some time visiting with these relatives, and then we left and went outside. My grandparents couldn't find their car. It was gone. Someone had stolen it. It turned up a few days later. All the presents were gone. There were also cigarette burns in the seats. The inside of the car was incredibly dirty. They were more upset about all of the presents that were stolen. Here's another car theft story. My father bought a brand new muscle car back in the 1960s with a big block engine. It was also a convertible, which made it even more rare. He lived in the suburbs. He parked the car at the train station to ride the train into the city for work. He came back to the train station after work and the car was gone. The police looked for the car for several weeks, but weren't able to find it. On his ride into the city on the train one day, he was looking out the window and he spotted his car in some vacant lot. The car was recovered, but the engine and transmission were stolen and the interior was stripped. The insurance company restored the car. They put a new factory big block engine in the car and installed a new transmission and a new interior. I inherited this car and I still have it today. Unfortunately, the numbers don't match anymore because of that theft back in the 1960s. I'm curious if any of you have had a car stolen. If you have, tell me about it in the comment section below. Here's another interesting story. This one was on foxbusiness.com, written by Christine Parks, titled, "Teacher Quits Profession After Viral Rant on How AI is Ruining Education." The author referenced a high school English teacher who quit her job because she said students rely on technology to do the work for them and are unmotivated to put in effort themselves. She said kids do not know how to read because of read-aloud tools, and they have short attention spans because of the high stimulation of social media. Here are my thoughts. I have noticed that many people in society have shorter attention spans these days. TV shows and movies have evolved to cater to people with shorter attention spans. That's why a lot of modern films have constant cuts and a lot of special effects. Watch the pilot episode of The Incredible Hulk sometime. That was aired in 1977. It is a pretty slow-moving episode. They spend a lot of time with the storyline and a lot of time with character development. There are only a small number of action scenes. Watch one of the modern Incredible Hulk movies, and you will see all types of special effects, more action, and there is less time spent on character development and the storyline. Many of the action scenes are completely unbelievable. I don't think most modern audiences would enjoy the old 1977 Incredible Hulk pilot episode. To me, I prefer it to the modern movies. While they may hold the attention of today's audiences, they lose me with too many special effects and too much action. I just think all of that is just unbelievable. I am glad I am not a public school teacher today. No humans can hold the attention of young people as well as a phone, tablet, or TV set. Many parents can't control their kids or hold the attention of their kids, so they just contribute to the problem by putting a screen in front of their kids to keep them occupied. I personally see this problem getting worse. I feel bad for the teacher who quit her job because of the kids not wanting to learn. At times, teaching can be a thankless job. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.